respected NHAI Chairperson Madam Alka Upadhyay ma'am, and the senior officials of NHAI, delegates from different states, and presenters. Very good afternoon to one and all. We are from Coir Board, we are very much thankful for the opportunity given by NHAI to present our Coir Geotextiles before you. And we thank the NHAI's policy on using the local materials for the road construction. It is really a very good boost for the rural coir industry, and we are from Coir Board extremely thankful, and we express our gratitude. Now I am going to my presentation. It is about Coir Geotextiles, and I am making this presentation together with our collaborator, Dr. Samson Matthew, NATPAC Director and Professor NIT Trichy. As you all know, coir is the nature's gift for the protection of the coconuts, and from that coconut only we are extracting this natural coir fiber. It is a byproduct of coconut industry, and after extracting these coconuts we will get the coconut husk, and that from husk we are extracting the coir fibers. And around the globe, around 93 countries are producing coconuts, and India is the major coconut producing country. And annual production of coir fiber is around 7,56,000 metric ton, and it is the utilization potential is only 40%. We are utilizing only 40% of the coir fibers, and it is an agro-based rural industry providing employment to around 7,37,000 workers, and 85% of the workforce are women, and that is the major beauty of this industry. It is a rural, women-oriented industry and giving women employment and rural employment. And it is an export-oriented industry, exporting to almost 115 countries. Coming to the coir material, it is a lignocellulosic material, and it is the natural wrapping material for the coconuts. And it is, we all know the structure of the coir fiber, and it contains lignin and cellulose. Comparing to other natural fibers, coir containing a large quantity of lignin, and this lignin gives coir the prior properties comparing to the other natural materials in the aspects of biodegradability and thermal environmental resistant characteristics. It is strong and highly resistant to abrasion, nearly impervious to any weather. That means if it is exposed even to the heavy sunlight and even to the salt water in the sea, it won't, nothing will be happen to these materials. The only natural fiber resistant to salt water, coir is used to make, it is, we have experienced in the use of coir material for the sea fishing, shellfish harvesting, ropes for the fisherman's boat and everything. Unlike most synthetic fibers, coir fibers are non-thermoplastic, that is, they do not soften when heat is applied. No shrinkage or high extensibility of this material. It will not be brittle under low temperature also. That is the major beauties of this material. It is having good acoustic properties, UV resistant, everything coir having comparing to other natural fiber materials. These are the chemical constitution of coir, and it shows that coir containing a large amount of lignin. It is the comparison of coir with other natural materials, and from that you can see that comparing to other materials, the lignin content of coir is high. That's why it is more resistant to biological, thermal and UV resistant. This slide shows the traditional extraction method of coir. In that, all we know, in earlier days we used to ret this material in the backwaters for months, and after that only we are taking that fibers, and it was a tedious process and generating effluents also. But nowadays the extraction process has been changed. Nowadays the coir fibers are extracting by mechanical extraction means, and within seconds of time we can get extracted the coir fiber from the mechanical extraction machines. We can put the coconut husk in one side, and we will get the coir fiber and coir pit from the other sides of the machine. And from that fiber, the fibers for the production of geotextile woven category, these fibers are converted into coir yarns, and these coir yarns are spun by traditional rod spinning. Nowadays the automatic multi-spindle yarns are available. The production of coir yarn is not at all an issue nowadays, and we can produce our required quantities of coir yarns by the automated machines for the coir yarn production. And now I am coming to the coir geotextiles. These are of two categories, woven and non-woven categories. Woven coir geotextiles are produced from the coir yarns. Non-wovens are produced from coir fibers. These non-woven and woven, the machineries are nowadays it is automated, fully automatic power looms are nowadays available for the production, and we can produce enough quantities of coir geotextile with the automated new technologies. This is the naturally occurring material, 100% organic, obtained from coconut husk, hard and strong, and it is shown that studies have proven that coir is lasting even at, after 4 to 6 years under the road construction criteria. That will be explained by Dr. Samson Matthew regarding the technical aspects and road construction details. And major beauty is that for the production of further value added products, coir does not require any kind of chemical pre-treatments. Coir as such can be used for the yarn production and for the geotextile production. That means it is 100% organic and is environmental friendly. This is the coir geotextile material. It is available in various mesh sizes and from the various densities from 400 GSM to 1.4 kg per meter square. These are the different varieties. There are enough varieties are available, but these three are the major common varieties of coir woven geotextile: 400 GSM, 700 GSM and 900 GSM. And non-woven categories of coir geotextiles are also available. Even with the synthetic polypropylene thin netting on both sides are also available. Coir composite non-woven geotextiles are also available. As I have already explained, coir is a natural material, high lignin content and having high strength. That's why we prefer coir geotextile material comparing to any other natural geotextile material. These products have been standardized by Bureau of Indian Standards since 2008 itself. Coir geotextiles are having 5 Bureau of Indian Standards, and two are the guidelines on application of coir for the erosion control and for the road applications. These are the quality specifications as per IS 15869-2020 for the woven categories of coir geotextile. And this is for the non-woven composite and the non-woven composite geotextile, and it is under finalization by the BIS. And accreditations for geotextile, coir geotextiles are IRC accredited the coir geotextile material as a new material for the road construction since 2011. And IRC guidelines for the construction of rural roads are not only rural roads, for the construction of roads are now under printing by the IRC. As per the directions from the Honorable Minister Sri Nitin Gadkari ji on validation of these material, Coir Board has approached IIT Madras, and IIT Madras has validated the studies conducted by Coir Board and other agencies on the coir material, and they have recommended coir geotextiles for construction of roads, embankments and other aspects. Coir Board has already established a Center of Excellence at IIT Madras for the on coir and other natural materials, and it is intended for the technical support and guidance on use of coir materials for all kind of geotechnical applications. And R&D projects are already been taken up by IIT Madras and NIT Trichy, and still continuing for the performance evaluation and standardization of these coir geotextile material for the road applications. This picture shows that actually as part of a R&D study, after 5 years we could excavate coir geotextile material from the constructed road. That means there is no worry about the biodegradability aspect of coir geotextile. Even if it is biodegradable, it could serve the purpose up to the requirement of the road life. Different applications are there for coir geotextiles, mainly for shoreline stabilization, reinforcement applications, embankment protection. It will give efficient soil stabilization and embankment soil erosion applications. Different applications are there. I could show some of the pictures for different coir geotextile application. It is a picture of the slope stabilized using coir geotextile. It is a really good natural alternative for the stabilization of embankments and soil erosion control. It is a site near the Nedumbasheri airport. Road, canal embankment protections, chromite field protection, road embankment protection, different case studies which are taken up by Coir Board with the different technical agencies. These pictures are taken from that studies, and it is proven that coir geotextiles are efficient in stabilizing embankments, slope erosion control. These are the different pictures of hill slope stabilization, riverbank embankment protection, railway embankment protection. This picture shows the rejuvenation of a rocky patch. In that, actually, it was a soil-less area. In the rock, we have constructed a green field. That means coir is having a natural property of, it is having highly hygroscopic nature, and it can hold moisture. That's why coir geotextile can generate greenery easier than any other material. The rocky patches are converted into a green land. These are different case studies conducted by Coir Board. Coir Board and other technical agencies also. We can see that different soil stabilization applications using coir geotextiles. It is a construction work in the National Highway 17. New NH 66 from Kuttipuram to Puduponnani, phase 1 and 2. Coir geotextiles have been used, and these roads are performing well also. It is the Cherthala Tannirmukkam road. It is the national highway work done by other, not by Coir Board but by other agencies. I could collect it from the consultant Dr. Balan. And Coir Board has constructed several roads also. Dr. Samson Matthew will explain that part on the road aspects of coir geotextiles. Other than that, from Madam's today's speech, I could understand that there is, in NHAI has the plan to have the different plantation aspects also. In that, I could introduce a new material, that is the coir pith. You may all aware that coir pith is the other byproduct of the coconut husk. That is, while we are extracting the coir fibers, we will generate double the quantity of coir fiber, that is the dusty material from the coconut husk, that is coir pith. It is having a good aeration and water holding capacity. It can be used for very well for the plantation applications. It can retain moisture, and it can hold moisture up to 8 times of its weight. That means it can retain moisture and can release to the requirement as per the plant growth. It is a good material for the plantation applications. Does not require that much of watering, and we can use this material as an efficient media for the growth, even as a soilless media also for the growing of the plants and shrubs. And coir having the product of mulch mats also, that also can be used in the medians and other applications for retaining moisture. Thereby we can reduce the watering. That is the major advantage of that coir material. These are the advantages of coir geotextiles. It is cheaper than polymer, life minimum of 5 years, that could serve the requirements of our applications. Comparing to other materials, it is having high tensile strength, and it can be easily installed, and it is having good properties also.